And welcome back to game 2. We're starting out now. As we can see, there have been a lot of comfort pick this game, with ranked 6s and 7s on both sides.
And looks like we're gonna start. Both teams are actually going down the same side. Will we have an early skirmish? Two of the members for Team Asian Salad still aren't in. Oh, and looks like they're just loading up. So probably no battles in the jungle, although it looks like there isn't an invade happening.
Yeah, they're going to be meeting around the dragon area.
Oh, and it looks like Rax is gonna walk right in. Oh, he misses the stun.
Yeah,
that was close one. And flashes the mastery for that crucial BM. And it looks like they're just gonna get back into their lanes. Yeah, so it looks like we're gonna have a pretty standard start, just exchanging some skill shots, but don't expect too much time in here.
Hits, yeah. Fiora's going back to her lane. Darius has already been set up there in the bush.
So let's talk about these items and these lane matchups. So
yeah, what do you think between the Caitlyn and the Ezreal matchup? It's certainly interesting.
So it's interesting because Caitlyn has the longer range, but so she has the lane dominance. But Ezreal Q can make up for that, especially if you're hitting a lot of them. As the game goes on, Caitlyn does take a lot longer to ramp up. But if Ezreal rushes tier, then it could also be a while before he comes online. So depending on how these teams, the lanes play out.
The Drake and Fiora exchanging a few hits.
Oh, and they're starting to fight before the minions even happen. And it looks like a fairly even trade. The bleed will probably even that out. And I think Fiora won that matchup.
Gragas is going to start with the blue.
Yeah, and it looks like a standard start otherwise.
Both bot laners get into their lanes now.
And yeah, top lane just farming.
Fiora has healed back all her damage with her potions. Darius holding on to it.
Yeah, that's an early potion usage on Fiora. I don't know if that was necessary, especially with the Doran's lifesteal.
Yeah, it might not be. Might have been too excessive.
And it looks like an early lane pressure from Fizz. From Anivia. So that could be going in Anivia's matchup early. And the bot lane's just trying to establish dominance, pushing for that level 2 early on. I think Caitlyn will get
the
it.
Vi
push.
Pinging.
Oh, and it's going to be an early invade? Or a counter jungle, perhaps.
Gragas is already low health.
Will they catch on?
3.
And they're starting the
gank's
fight.
Coming in. Vi with the double buff.
Oh, and she misses the Q.
Misses the Q.
Oh, and
still
the kill
gets the
anyway.
ignite.
Oh.
Kills. Gragas comes in with the flash.
That was a greedy flash by Vi. Could it cost?
He can get the
double
double in this
fight.
situation.
There's too many minions. He can't fight. Oh, and
they
get double
the
kill.
Double kill.
That is
Bad
so dangerous.
Yeah.
So dangerous.
The teleport coming in.
Have you ever played against a Fiora that got early double kills like that?
Yeah, early double kill from Fiora is very dangerous, especially the Gragas too greedy with the flash. Thought he could pull it off. It was a bad call from him.
And this is a very, very bad start. Already 1k gold behind, 3 minutes in for Team Asian Salad.
The Fed Fiora especially will be extremely annoying, and she'll be roaming around getting as many kills as possible. She starts to turn back.
Yeah, so this could be very bad. Everyone's farming pretty evenly though, so no big differences there yet. But as you can see, the pot usage.
Anivia lands a stun. Fizz going in.
Going all in. I think Anivia thinks there's jungle pressure, but there really isn't. So good bluff there by Fizz to return some damage. And bot lane's dead even in CS. Health is still full, but you can see the pressure is from Caitlyn, which is to be expected.
The Fizz has pinged for Gragas to help, but Anivia has warded the bush, so she will.
Let's see how much time she can get him to waste here. And it looks like she's calling for a jungler, so this will be interesting.
A counter gank will be coming in. Gragas
they don't
engages.
know that Vi is there yet, and it is
the Vi comes
gank.
in.
Oh,
absolutely
another kill for Vi.
Fizz.
Oh, and the wall blocks it. Will they
in.
get a stun? Is the stun coming? No, that's a kill. So this is very good early start.
That's a kill for the Vi.
Oh, and double buffs. This is going to be absolutely brutal for the Darius.
So we might have been wrong. Now Anivia has the upper hand, and she can start clearing the waves in and pushing to the tower.
Yeah, so this
Gragas is still mid lane though.
I think he's just gonna pick up the CS here. So what do you think this does? This early victories for Outrageous?
Yeah, it certainly gives them an upper hand, especially in gold with a 2K lead now. They have early control. They can do whatever they want.
So it looks like the Vi, his gank top mid, is just gonna help the last lane jungle. Oh, and what happened there? I think some extra turret hits were taken by the red buff.
The Fiora almost down.
Fiora. And Vi, I think the bottom lane is the last lane left to gank. If you were Vi, who would you gank at this point?
Well, yeah, there's only in the mid lane, Fizz went for the engage,
and
but
it looks like nothing happened there.
nothing happened. So yeah, the Vi has certainly opportunities now. Everyone has sort of an advantage, but just now we saw that the Anivia wasn't doing so well against the Fizz.
Oh, and she has been spotted out. I think a lane gank would have been the better option there. So Fizz is actually doing very well. Despite going down, is actually winning in CS and pushed it into the turret. So I think Anivia is having a hard time against this Fizz. And Vi is here for the gank. Will they push it into turret in time? Looks like she's backing, but she might stay. And she's gone. They couldn't push the wave in time.
Not going to be getting a gank in bot lane.
And actually, despite the 2 kills, Darius is heavily winning in CS in the top lane. Really pushing Fiora
almost
in.
double her CS.
I think the skill difference between these two teams is what we're seeing here. Despite how the matchups are supposed to play out, you can see that all the lanes are, despite heavy jungle ganks, winning heavily for Team Asian Salad.
Yeah, as we said before, there's been a lot of comfort picks, so these the players are very are regulars with these champions, knowing how they play out, especially in bad situations such as this, especially the Fizz.
Yeah, so the jungler is really helping shore up the defenses. I guess when it comes to team fights, oh, and it looks like it's a fight.
The
It's an
coming
engage,
in
and
from
it could be a first blood or
the
kill.
Q.
It could be a kill for Ezreal, and he gets the kill. Will he get
Kill on
another?
Caitlyn. Nami running away,
he get
but
another?
she's gonna go down.
And the double kill. Oh,
Vi going down from the Gragas.
2v1 against Gragas.
Tarek
That's 2
takes
kills for
another
the
hit.
Ezreal.
And they start to return.
And they will disengage.
Ezreal now with 2 kills.
And this,
Darius tries to.
yeah, Darius is actually doing very well despite going down to the early 2 kills from the jungle ganks.
It seems as though the Fiora isn't taking advantage of the 2 kills, which is.
Okay, so we have a double tier start for Team Outrageous, so that means it's going to be definitely a weaker mid game for them, and we'll have to see how that plays out. It looks like the CS is evened up back in the top lane, which means of course Fiora is again in the lead because of those 2 kills.
Yeah.
One thing we can say is don't count Darius out. He's shown that the 2 kills don't matter too much when it comes to the laning phase.
Yeah, he's putting a lot of pressure on the Fiora, even though she's better at pushing the lane in. Despite the 2 kills also, he's doing quite well.
So I would say it looks pretty even. Those early kills, those early ganks from Vi really helping Team Outrageous. You can see that in the kill difference. You can see that in the gold difference. Looks like it's almost 2k at this point.
Yeah, a steady 2k, as it's been 2k for around 4 to 5 minutes now.
That should definitely help give them time to stack up the tier items.
The Fizz missing a ping, but nothing's going to be happening there. The Vi trying to go in for the gank in top lane, putting pressure in.
So you can see that there's not really much focus on vision control by either teams. If you look at the map, you can see that they're just protecting the lane ganks, but really no attempt at getting deep vision to try to help the jungler path thing out.
Vi's hiding in the bush. Is she going to be wasting time here, or is she going to
I
counter
think she's
jungle?
expecting the Gragas to come in for the counter gank, but he's still too far away for that. And bot lane, CSing pretty evenly. Those 2 kills really helping Ezreal out. And it looks like Gragas is going to be coming in. Again, there's no vision. Oh, he's getting the red buff. So, will they run into each other? That's the question. Vi's wasted a lot of time up here.
Although she has counter jungled, she has wasted an amount of time, and I think she's going to be staying.
And she is staying. Okay, and they're going to go in, and Gragas is not in that direction.
Grax is coming in. We're going to see a counter jungle. Is she going to be returning?
Oh, and she is staying. So it looks like we are going to potentially see a fight in the top lane.
Fiora coming down.
Outrageous has vision advantage.
Gragas is going. Lands it.
And he comes in. I don't think they expected the Vi there.
Gragas goes down.
And they're going to fight the Darius. Will they get the kill? The heals coming in strong.
The bleed on Fiora. She's going to be running away. And the Vi
and
hits.
the Fizz. Fights happening everywhere.
The Nivea and the Fizz.
In
Nothing's
the
going
end.
to be happening. Oh, the wall just missed it.
And that was crazy bit of action there. No kills for either team. And the gold lead is extended to 3k now. That's just in CS.
Certainly good trades on both the top lane and the mid lane.
Yeah, it's really hard to say. There's the gold difference we can see is happening, but if we look at the CS numbers, they're fairly close.
Yes.
Top lane, of course, there's the CS difference, but the kills are really making up for that difference.
Also in the bot lane with the ADCs, Ezreal has somewhat of a lead on Caitlyn in kills and CS.
I think, yeah, that poke, the Q poke really doing a lot of pressure there.
Gragas in the bot lane.
I don't think he'll get a chance to come into this lane. Yeah, I think they're just going to
They're
back.
going to back, yes.
Or no, they're staying. And so, looks like we're just going to continue farm heavy style for now. With the only action being jungler ganks. And right as I say that, of course, they fight
Fiora
in the
and
top
Darius.
lane. Gets
Fiora
the passive proc.
landing a few hits on Darius with the double buff, of course.
And just pushing it into the turret now. So this could make up for the CS difference. Evening it back up.
Both top laners going to be returning to their base.
Yeah, so see the way the wave is positioned, it's probably going to push back into Fiora, which is what Fiora wanted, why she didn't push that all the way in. To get it slow pushing back to her, in case the jungler comes.
Vi coming in. Of course it's warded, but looks like she's in position. She's going to be...
And it is warded.
She goes
and
in
they
for
get
the gang,
stun.
lands it on the Nami.
That's a
an
kill.
enormous amount of damage. Ults the Nami.
And
Nami
the
goes
Taric
down.
ult helping. Oh my goodness, double kill. And it's a
And
kill
the
mid.
gank from Gragas killing the Anivia. So both teams.
So it
with
looks like
the
it's a
ganks.
turret race. Who's gonna get it? I think bot lane
It looks
definitely
like
has
bot
an
lane.
advantage.
Yes, bot lane is going to be taking the bot tower. Fizz and Gragas are going to be backing off.
And it looks like they will get the first turret advantage. And yes, the split between the three of them. And now we can see the gold lead ballooning to almost 4k now.
Blue team pinging for the dragon. They might be going in.
Yeah, it looks like mid's gonna stay safe. Fizz doesn't push that in. Oh, and he goes
Oh,
into
the
the Fiora.
Fiora falls.
Will she
And then
get the
she
kill?
easily cleans up, gets the kill.
Oh, and that is another kill. This Fiora could really start taking over now.
Yeah, she's getting fed. She's at 4-0 with a little behind in CS, but makes up for in kills already with the Ravenous Hydra.
Yeah, and we can see this game is definitely not the same as last game. Advantage definitely in the favor of Team Outrageous. So between these two teams, what do you see the win conditions being for either team? Do you see split push team fight, or how do you see?
There's a lot of things going on in top lane right now. Darius and
and
Fiora.
is that a kill? It
Fiora
could be a
with
kill.
the massive amount of damage she had.
Oh my goodness.
She's at 5-0 now.
The
with
flashing
the
of
BM.
mastery BM. This could be pretty much game over if Fiora continues like that. Gragas
Yeah.
will have to
Fiora
either
with the...
Fizz or Gragas camp top.
If anything, they have to kill her now. They have to gank her. She's taking the top tower now.
This could just be a split push Fiora game where she just split pushes her way to victory, getting multiple kills.
She could easily split push, especially with the damage she has if any champion tries to stop her.
And the lifesteal and the pushing with the AoE damage from her Ravenous Hydra.
She can easily stay in the lane for a while without anyone stopping her. Darius going back into the lane trying to fend off.
Yeah, and in the mid lane, the wave clear from Anivia will help if they do decide to go that split push route where they just keep the waves pushed thanks to Anivia and let Fiora do the damage.
Fiora taking the top tower. Vi counter jungling the red buff. Gragas coming into that red buff. She's going to be hiding.
It's really protecting the Fiora there. They really want to isolate the Fiora with the Darius.
Fiora coming in. This is a kill for Fiora, but they're going to give it to Vi.
Yeah, and it looks like this is just going from bad to worse.
Vi now has a the double buffs.
Bot lane pushing in. Looks like Team Asian Salad is going to push towards mid, it looks like. Or no, they're going to send their bot lane mid and send Fizz bot.
They're going to be needing all three to fend off the Tark and the Ezreal with the...
So it looks like they're really confused. They're going back and forth between mid and top. They're not sure what to do, and they might end up doing nothing.
Oh, blast comes off.
That was not a good move. It was completely blind. Should not be going in like that.
That was a bad call off the Vi. Anivia tried to salvage, but can't.
But looks like they might be getting the bottom lane anyway.
Ezreal and
They
Tark
get
a
some
little
nice
too far
pressure
in.
the lane.
Looks like they're going to be surrounded by the Fizz and the Caitlyn. They're in a bad position right now.
Can they escape?
Ezreal hitting a few shots. Fizz is here now.
Oh,
Tark with the
Tarek
ult.
ultimate.
Doing
Oh
a
my
lot of
goodness.
damage on
Could
the
this
Fizz.
Be a 2v5? No, the ultimate CC.
Ezreal doing an enormous amount of damage
that
on
was
all
so
champions.
close, so close. That was almost a
Very
2v3.
close.
And they're rewarded with the mid lane turret.
Good on Ezreal though. He was doing an enormous amount of damage, and both parties were doing really well in that fight. Gave it to the...
Absolutely,
the
and
3v2.
if you look, Ezreal doesn't even have his Trinity Force yet, so that is very, very bad sign for Team Asian Salad. And Fiora, of course, doing what she does best.
Fiora's going to be poking and attacking the Darius without Darius doing much.
Yeah, the item lead looks to be too much at this point. They're gonna have send 3 people top, not gonna catch the Fiora.
Fiora already working on her second item. Darius still trying to get the first.
7k lead and it's only 16 minutes into the game. This is just going from bad to worse for Team Asian Salad.
Everyone's grouping up in the jungle. Fiora
And they just don't have the vision. They can't even walk in their
Fiora
own
and
jungle.
Vi going to be killing Nami. The rest of the team, of course, are in the jungle, but will not be able to do anything, especially with the double buff Fizz. They cannot simply. The 6-0 Fiora is just too fed.
Oh my goodness, and she flashes
Going
in.
I think that was a bad
She
call
gets
off
the Tarek
Fiora.
ult, and
Yeah,
she just dies.
she gets shut down. Vi comes in, tries to get the Caitlyn.
So that's a 2v4. I don't know if I agree with that engage.
Yes, that was certainly a bad call. The 4v2.
And just, they have the vision control, so I don't know if I understand. I guess they just thought they'd get a better burst, either from Fiora or Vi.
They might have. 3 in the mid lane now.
The Anivia wave crew
All
would definitely
retreating.
help. And yeah, it looks like things are going to reset. So pretty bad, but Team Asian Salad isn't punishing this too much. And that's really the difference between the top level teams, is that every mistake is punished so much worse than it is being punished right now. The pressure is, you can see the vision, you can see the minions, it's definitely in favor of Team Outrageous. The gold lead, still, it was 6k gold lead, so not too much change there.
For CS, certainly somewhat even on both sides. In top lane, Darius with the CS lead, meaning pretty much nothing to the 6-1 Fiora.
Yeah,
In the bot lane, we have
Fiora
going to be
needs-
a 4v4 in the bot lane.
and they're gonna flank around.
Nami with the ult, trying to fend off.
Oh my
Vi
goodness,
coming
Fizz
in.
gets caught out.
Fizz is
The
down.
Tarek ult's gonna absorb a lot of damage here. Fizz is already dead. They have to disengage from this turret. And I think they'll get this Team Outrageous.
Certainly in a 4v4, one being down, it was easy for her. The Vi picked off the Fizz. A few blows here and there being traded.
They're
Ooh,
exchanging.
the Nivea.
The key thing is, can Fiora get something while this is happening?
Caitlyn misses her ult. The
And
Tarek
Vi's coming
blocks
around
it.
for the gank. And no, she's gonna back off, so no fight there.
Darius and Fiora in the middle lane minding their own business.
Don't really want to join their teammates, it looks like. Which is the right move on Fiora's part. She can definitely handle the 1v1. No, it looks like she's gonna be coming bot. I think they want to force this turret here.
They're the 4 that I think they're signaling for the Drake.
So it looks like they're going
It's
for
going
the
to be
wind
the
drake.
second Wind Drake.
It's only 19 minutes in. It's hard to hard to
Already
remember
19
that.
minutes in, but what do you think of this lead that they have? The 13-6, and it's almost like a 7k gold lead. It's
So the thing is, they have the lead, they have the ability to pressure, but the way they're pressuring seems kind of scattered. It just seems like typical solo queue. in that, you know, they're just going from here to there. They're not really setting up plays in advance.
Team fight coming in maybe.
No, they're just going to
People
disengage.
grouping up in the top right jungle, but
So you can
nothing
see
seems to come of it.
what they should be doing is setting up vision and then probably just isolating the Fiora and let her handle a lane by herself. But they're not really doing that. Fiora needs to push really fast into the lanes, and the other team needs to just kind of hold the rest of the team members there, because this Fiora can really 1v2 at this point.
Yeah, I think Fiora got a little too cocky and realized that, and she's gone back to split pushing lanes top and bot, and just simply sticking to what she does best, which is good.
And if you can see, they're pushing and pulling the team all around, sending them top, sending them bottom, but the CS difference hasn't been increasing too much, and so it's not really leading to any longer or larger advantages.
Yeah, CS seems to be not a main issue, but the ADCs of course have a 30 CS difference, not that big, but still.
So they're pushing the mid turret pretty heavily here. Will they get it? They're stopping the Gragas flank. That's good vision control.
Gragas is going to be going in 4v1
Oh,
with
and
the
in
Fizz and the
India.
Caitlyn. Tarek pulls out his ult. Darius coming in,
Tarek
pulls everyone in.
protecting a lot of
Fiora
damage.
very far from the fight, can't do anything. The Anivia goes down first. Tarek
This
seems
could
to
be
be
Team
going
Asian
down.
Salad's fight.
Tarek
Fiora's
went
here.
down. Fiora's here now. He's going to be taking the Nami
she
first.
gets 1, 2.
She's
And they
going
get
for
another
the Caitlyn. That's the double kill.
Fiora by herself.
Darius,
3
it's the
people
triple
in the
kill.
back line. That is
That's the ace.
ace for
That
outrageous.
was completely something. They turned the whole fight around with just that Fiora getting the triple kill.
And if you remember, how late was she to that team fight?
She was in the top lane, everyone else was in the middle, and she came in and instantly just cleaned up the whole fight.
That is the difference when you have a team member that's that fed coming in,
She's
even
now
if it's late.
she's now 8-1, furthering her advantage. She's going to be getting her third item soon, third core item.
At this point, the lead looks to be almost insurmountable. It's a 9k gold lead and 2 win drakes.
4 towers and 10 kill streak difference. It's certainly a large gap between the two teams.
And the CS difference is 30 for almost all the lanes except top.
Fiora finding the the Fizz, but not doing anything.
So 2 people are there to try to hold the Fiora. Tarek coming to help out.
Whole team going up top, trying to flank the Fiora.
So it looks like Baron vision is... Teams are starting to move towards Baron.
Yeah, certainly now that the Baron is up, they have the vision on the red team and realize that all the team is there. Fiora's going to be backing down and grouping up with her team.
And they're setting up a gank in this bush.
That they have no vision on Gragas in a very dangerous position.
So Team Asian Salad shouldn't go into this kind of area without that vision. How do
Yes.
you play this game out if you're Team Asian Salad and you're this far behind against a Fiora?
Well, as you can see, the Gragas got picked out.
Right there is exactly... Oh, and he does survive.
He does survive, but I don't think there's much room to go
Oh,
to.
and the Ezreal gets the kill.
Gets with the ult, and so yeah, with this bigger gap, I think focusing Fiora would certainly be a known thing, but it doesn't seem to be happening. As we just saw, she easily can clean up the whole team.
Yeah, and you see no executioner's calling means they can't really stop her healing. So that's not a way to kill the
We're
Fiora.
pushing the inhib tower in bot lane. Nami with the ult.
Looks like they're staying
Tarek with
focused
the
on the
ult.
turret.
They're going to be focusing
Oh
on
my
the turret
goodness, the
though.
Fiora,
Fiora
1v
going in.
1v3 in the backline.
1v3 the Darius, Nami, and Caitlyn all together. She has the advantage. She's doing it, but
single-handedly pushes 3 people back.
Darius
They do get
though,
the shutdown from Darius.
Vi's gonna get the Darius. It's gonna be a 2-for-1, 3-for-1 with
3
the
for
Fizz.
1.
Greg's not being able to do much in the
And
situation.
they get the bottom inhib. Are they going to push for the end? They could get mid-turret with the wave coming.
They can. They have 3 champions in
Anivia
3
just
down.
taking so many turret hits.
Yeah,
I
she
think she
flashes
took-
out. Gragas goes down. They're going to be
Oh, this
going
could-
for the
this could
Nexus
be the
tower.
game.
This
This
could be the end.
Nexus turrets.
The 23v9.
Oh, and she does bait in the Ezreal, which
They get the tower. It's certainly
Ezreal hit
a lot of
it's
people.
a surrender
it's a
vote
surrender.
for Team Asian Salad. I guess they saw that it was just insurmountable. So it's 1-1 tie. We'll see you in the last game of the day.